This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Hey, everybody. No, Sean today, he was sick. Weirdly, the day after, he was down south and it was his birthday and he swam around the Busso jetty and had a few beers.
Yeah. But he's getting older, so, I mean, it takes longer to recover. You know what I mean? Soon he's going to, just knock his arm on the wall and have a big bruise.
Well, remember that day that his elbow just suddenly swelled up for no reason.
Yeah, that's right.
No reason, just a massive lump.
It looks like a ball sack on his elbow.
Yeah, and he didn't do anything.
No.
Didn't bang it, nothing.
Yeah.
That just happened.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Anyway, so happy birthday, Sean.
But we know what, it was good he wasn't here because we had a doubles game today, and that was Natalie and I versus the king and queen of the news here in Perth. Channel 7's Rick and Sue, 40 years together.
40 years. Have a think about that.
Now, we talk about the way the television industry has changed. We talk about fashion. We talk about a night that cannot be spoken
Their
about.
forbidden love.
That's right.
Also, there was a bit of a fatberg incident that postponed the Bryan Adams concert. That's something we didn't have on our 2025 bingo card, that's for sure.
Yeah. And the sad thing is, it's on, I think it's a 6-month thing of Ozempic, so it's going to take a while to get rid of
that's
it.
right. So we do talk to people about the things they found in their pipes and...
Yeah, sex toys. A lot of sex toys.
Don't put them in your pipes, you know what I mean? Don't put them in anyone's pipes.
Yeah. They can go in your pipe, not the plumbing's pipe.
Let's go.
This is Nathan, Nat and Sean. On Nova 937.
It's 6:04, Nathan, Nat and Sean in a somewhat truly unexpected turn of events.
I cannot believe it.
Sean McManus has taken today off.
What was yesterday?
Yesterday was his birthday.
Oh.
He's been down. I'm sure he's not still down south
south
because he would have come back, anticipating coming back to work. But
No, Natalie.
turns out he's sick.
Natalie, he's down south. He's 6 foot under. That's how sick he is. He's down south. He's under us.
He's not sick. He just wanted to have his birthday off, and that's fine.
So funny. Sean's sick on his birthday.
He swam the Busso jetty swim yesterday as well. So maybe he's sick and tired.
So when did you get sick? During the swim?
Well,
Or during all the beers you pounded?
Maybe.
Maybe, because after you drink a lot of beers, sometimes you do feel
that
a bit
is true.
sick.
On your birthday and post-swim. Yep.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, that's good. You know what?
He's having a day off.
I do really
Good luck to
believe
him.
that everyone should have their birthdays off.
Yes,
That
yes.
should be a law.
Well, I'm having my birthday off, but I have organised it and taken a day of leave.
Oh, right, so you're just not going to
Might take a sickie on the Tuesday. Have an
Well,
extra.
Sean's done the most interesting thing here, hasn't he? He's not wasted his day off.
No, exactly. That's right.
He's got a sickie. That's the way we all should do it, everyone. You know what it is? Nets. We've said it for years. All you have to say is, I have nets. Nets are attracted to clean hair, clean scalp, so you're not dirty.
That's
but
right.
Also, no one wants nets.
No, nobody wants you around if you've got nets. So
That's what you say, nets. You don't have to cough or
Believable.
anything. I've got nets. There you go, everyone. From me to you. Hey, how'd your stand-up go?
Oh, yeah, really good. I'll tell you about it a little bit later. But it was a good time. Good time.
Did you shit yourself before you went out?
No,
or were you excited?
I was excited. And I'd done another gig the night before. So,
So you loosened up.
Not the night before, earlier that evening.
Yeah.
So it kind of just, that took the edge off. It was great. And it was great.
Look at the guy.
I'll tell you all
Look at the
about
gal.
it later. Lots of people from work were there, so we can get their reviews as well.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Everyone that loves sport, they might be panicking that Sean's not here today.
Yes.
But between you and me, Nat, we've got it covered. There's all this stuff about the Super Bowl on the TV right now, and there was just a guy up there on the TV getting interviewed, and I went, "That's look at Travis Kelce's brother now." I went, "Look at him," and then Sam, who knows sport, said, "No, that's Travis Kelce."
I got the brothers mixed up.
Yeah.
My bad. I thought
For
he had
the entire
beard.
time of the Taylor Swift thing, you've had the brothers mixed up.
I think so.
You thought
yeah.
Taylor Swift was going out with him.
No, well, I've only seen little bits from. They've got a podcast
Yes, they do,
together
yeah.
that comes up, and the bearded one talked more, and
Yes.
then I think I just had my wires crossed.
Yeah.
No, and
Sam, don't feel bad. Nathan thought the Super Bowl had already been played.
yeah. And you know,
I don't know when anything's on, but it's amazing. It's the only reason I know that, Sam, is because of Taylor Swift. But
Yeah.
I cannot believe that you went through the entire Taylor Swift being in Australia phenomenon.
Yeah.
Everyone wearing the Kelsey jersey.
Yeah, but that doesn't have his face on it.
No, but his face was
I see
everywhere.
her all the time. She gets her screen time. Oh, Taylor, that's nice. I don't know which brother's playing.
I don't think that she would date his brother just by looks.
Well, also he's married.
Yeah, well, I mean, but just by
Harley,
looks.
married with Harley Kelsey.
It does make a lot of sense now. I was like, oh, she's into the bearded guys. Da da da.
He has had a bit of facial hair from
Oh,
time
is that
to
why
time.
you grew that ZZ top beard
Yeah.
the other way?
Trying to pick up Taylor Swift.
You look like Dumbledore. bald where he was like, shave it.
It's the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
You know, they say you should never have an argument before you go to bed. I had an argument last night with 4 people. 4 people.
Nathan, you live alone.
I know. It was with Amazon employees. So I had a delivery scheduled for Sunday, which I chose Sunday because I'm
Because you're home. Yeah.
So,
Oh, well, when you're not at church.
well, Natalie, someone's got to build the church. I mean, those bricks don't lay themselves. So I'm at home all day, nothing. I knew there was a delivery coming, but, I was doing other things. I'm waiting for, of course, the buzzer of my front door to ring and for me to be able to go out and get my delivery. That's how packages work. Or
Familiar with that scenario?
even the thing that I ordered is this tiny phone clip. So I got one from my mate Ed, right? 'Cause he asked for one. So and that was literally it. I ordered one for Amy last week and it came and they just put it in a letterbox.
Yeah, because it's tiny. Yeah. It's essentially an envelope.
Now, this has happened around 10 times from Amazon. They get a notification at 1:36 yesterday saying, the delivery driver attempted and failed to deliver your thing
Well,
because they could not get to the building. They couldn't get to the front. They couldn't get access to the building. It's like, what are you talking about?
So you have a bell by your door for your apartment, presumably, that buzzes.
There's
so
a building, right?
Someone there.
If you're facing the building, the left side there's driveway, the right side there's path to the front door, where the letterboxes are.
Yes.
Right? It's pretty simple. One time, I got a notification because they usually ring you and say, Amazon will ring and it'll be recorded thing saying there's an attempted delivery, rah, rah, rah. And I piss bolted out downstairs and caught the guy just as he was driving off because he was parked in the driveway. And I was like, hey, mate, what are you doing? And then he goes, what? And then I said, he goes, I'm about to leave. And I said, no, you haven't delivered my package. I couldn't get to the front of the building. I said, right, get out of the car. And he goes, right.
Took him by the hand.
Get him out of the car. And I said, okay, so what's this? And he goes, that's the driveway. And I went, yeah. So that's my building? And he goes, yeah. I said, where do you think the entrance is? And he goes, I don't know. And I went, how can you not know?
Yeah.
Driveway, building.
Take a guess.
The entrance could be on the other side of the building, right near the letterboxes or the building. Do you think that...
Where the path takes you to the door.
Did you just come down to earth? It's absolutely ridiculous, right? So I had to explain that to him because there was no confusion with that, Nat, at all. So anyway, I got a notification that they attempted delivery, so I didn't notice that until later on that night when I realised, wait there, I haven't got a thing saying the package is delivered and we was going to go and get it from a letterbox. So I jumped on the chat. And that was my biggest mistake. About an hour and a half last night, and I started very nicely. Miss Congeniality, I was Sandy B. And then by the end of it, oh my God, I was having the biggest go at them. This one guy, right? So I said, can you please schedule a phone call, so someone from Amazon to call me today because this keeps happening. We've got to get to the root of the problem.
Sure.
You know? And then they said, no, we don't do that. Here's several links and you follow them and then you have to say all your information for the 4th time because this is... Last night, 4 different people, the chat would stop and say, your chat would have been broken.
Human contact.
And they were jumping in there. So then, human contact, let's talk about that. I swear it was AI.
Yeah,
and I asked the question, AI, does AI have to tell you it's AI? Because AI said, no, I'm a human. It said, no, I'm a person. And I said, you cannot be a person.
AI said, I am human.
Yeah, I am human. Oh, it's Mark Zuckerberg.
That was your giveaway.
So yeah, so that he said, no, it's a person. I'm here in Australia. And I said, so why are your answers so robotic? I said, you are telling me that Amazon will not call me, but yet that happened about 3 weeks ago when I tried to get in front of this issue. So now within 3 weeks, I won't call back. Back and forth. The last person that got on finally said, we will have Amazon schedule a call. And I said, how? It's not possible. But this smart ass, and I said this, I never do this. I wrote on this chat. I'm actually embarrassed, to be honest, because I was right in the thick of it. You know, and you're like, rah. And then you read it back and go, I was a bit unhinged there. But I did say to this person, I can't wait to read this out on my radio show tomorrow. And I'm doing it Ruchi from customer service. Smart ass. I wrote, this is a part of it. Then you understand that I received a phone call from Amazon last time this happened. Make that happen again because the time I've wasted waiting for deliveries that the drivers do not even attempt to deliver is ridiculous. You can arrange your own call. Oh, can I? This is your customer service? Yes. I was like, I know, write down. What a smart ass.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm very glad that I'm extremely happy that you wrote this down because there was a transcript of how rude you are. And that's when I said, I'm going to say this on my radio show. And then suddenly backtracking. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, we're really sorry for this inconvenience. No, arsehole, Ruchi. If you're a real
Rich you
person,
down.
I don't know if the AI can lie about being humans, but if that's the case, we're hitting dangerous
Fighting with a
ground.
Tamagotchi.
I know. Am I fighting with a person or am I fighting with a machine? You know what I mean? And any company listening right now, if you think, let's get AI software to be able to take care of customer service, then throw your customer service in the bin, because that is bullshit. It doesn't help you at all.
No.
AI don't have any answers. It puts you in a loop and just wastes your time and makes you hate that company. But anyway, so yeah, a really
Anyway,
big, really...
Amazon, amazing.
Yeah. No. But yet, will I use them again? Of course I will. I think it's great. But how about, like, when you get something delivered, they deliver it.
I mean,
and you
that
deliver
is
it.
the
You
thing.
deliver it by stopping and getting the package and going to the
Yes.
person's thing, and then letting
You
them know that
can't
you're
say you
there.
attempted delivery if you didn't even look for the front
Come
door.
on! And also,
Just to
every
underline
building has an entrance.
At least Nathan's not ranting about it, though. That's the main thing.
It's the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
The Prince is back. The Prince of Nova. That is David McClung. As you know, on Friday, if you caught the show, Thursday, we went through Dave's outfit for Luke Combs because David wanted to know if it lent towards being too gay.
So you headed off to Melbourne to see Combsy.
It's crazy. About 100,000 people were there.
It's amazing, isn't it?
It's country.
And who are the fans? Because straight in your head, you go country music fans, but I know that he's a crossover, but can you see country music fans? Can you see the divisions?
Yeah, look, no one was dressed like me.
It's a spectrum.
You know why? Because it wasn't the premiere of Brokeback Mountain.
So you didn't go the shorts, though. You went long pants, I noticed.
No, it was too cold for the shorts.
Yeah,
so they
right.
go-
And that was short.
Not too cold to have your guns out, though. You still went sleeveless.
Well, if I had guns too, Natalie, I'd be fine.
So the hat stage.
Hat stayed on.
Side. Yeah. I had a couple of people ask me where I got my hat from.
Oh.
Did you proud to say Sheen?
Or did you go Nashville?
Because if I ever had anything from ASOS back in the day and someone would say what it was, I didn't want to tell them.
No, I told them.
Yeah. Oh, well, why not? I mean, they're not going to be surprised.
How good was the show? Was it great?
Yeah, great, so good. Just a really good fun night. He's good. I mean, he's not an amazing performer. Let's be honest, but
Not a lot of interaction with the crowd or anything. He's just doing his thing. He's up there singing his songs, but he's a great singer.
and
So.
he sounds exactly like he does on the
Same.
record.
Yeah,
And,
great.
and people know every song.
Yeah,
like, you
they
don't know
do.
how many, one or two or something
Yes.
like that.
I could be the biggest fan of someone, but I wouldn't know all their
Yeah.
music. Yeah.
Every single song.
How many people were dressed as cowboys?
Look, there was people dressed with hats on.
Yeah, a
but I
bit of
think
double
they-
denim, I imagine.
Yeah, but there was no one wearing. I didn't see another person wearing a sleeveless shirt.
Did anyone else wear the arseless chaps you had on as well? To be honest,
That was
all
later.
chaps are arseless.
That's true.
All
Their
chaps
very
are arseless.
definition, exactly.
So what are you to do?
It's whether you wear anything underneath them is the issue.
didn't
And maybe
bring-
you should start, Dave.
Didn't bring pants money with him.
Thanks for your review.
Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Bryan Adams' concert last night, though, did not happen. Devastation.
By the way, we saw Bryan Adams once. I actually interviewed him. We're in Melbourne.
I think your mic's dropping in and out, Nath. Maybe you're leaning on your cough button.
No, I'm not. My cough button's there, but I just got my tea.
Oh.
Is it gone now?
Okay,
Is it gone over now?
Loud and clear.
Okay,
Just
great.
things don't work
That's all
anymore.
right.
So,
Yeah, Bryan Adams, he was in the Melbourne studios once, and it was during the Melbourne Cup, and we're in one studio, and then we look into the other.
I was head of the AFL Grand Final, but yes.
And we went, God, and then Sean goes, oh, look, must be getting some jockeys in. And we were looking at him pretty clearly, and then suddenly it dawned on us probably 10 minutes later, that's Bryan Adams. He's one of those celebrities that you don't realise is actually a tiny person.
Yeah, it's actually, yeah.
So RSC Arena, they're going through it at the moment, aren't they?
So everybody was hanging around trying to get in, and they're like, "Oh, there's a delay opening the doors. There's a delay." And the support act was supposed to start at 7:30, and 7:30 came and went, and they're all still standing outside. And then 9 o'clock, they just went, "Yeah, it's not happening. Postponed."
Did you hear
but
what?
till when? When can they postpone it till Kylie's here?
So
shortly.
these people have gone and gotten dressed up and
friends of mine were there
to line up and then go
Yes.
home.
They went out and had dinner just to make something of the night. But it's like, what do you do?
What if you found out everyone had a great time lining up and then you realise there's a business called line up, so people get dressed and go and line up for something?
Yes,
and then,
without there ever
and then
actually
that's it.
being an event.
And that's the thing. You line up and you have a great time and then you leave.
Now, it turns out it was a plumbing issue, and it was a fatberg, which is gross.
Fatbergs are
an accumulation.
disgusting. The fatbergs are the things that us humans leave behind us. Everything you flush down the toilet, everything you put down the sink that you're not to, and then it all gets together and it's like it creates what looks like an organic mass.
Because the thing about and it's the fat that's holding it together, because when
so
people
gross.
pour oil or whatever down the drain, it's liquid then, but it solidifies in cooler temperature. So that and then just gels together with everything else that's also in the pipes.
It's so gross. But what it...
Google image it today,
Oh,
everybody.
it's really rank. They pulled out a massive one, I think, in London. Maybe Google
Yeah,
that one. It
New
was
York too, I
like,
get them.
if you remember the old sci-fi movie The Blob?
Yeah.
It was like they were pulling out some creature. It was absolutely gross.
Yeah, it is disgusting.
But the thing about it, though, is things that we can't see in or see behind. We don't know what's going on there. This couple in America, they bought a house and they got it for a really, really great price and they were really excited and they were going to do renovations. And then suddenly they had a guy come around and say, excuse me, you need to come into the lounge room. And they said, yep, no worries. They've gone to the lounge room. Next door neighbours, they had a very, one of those invasive plants, or it might have been a bamboo or something like that. Anyway, the roots had gone under the fence, into their house, and has gone all through their walls and all through their floors. And it was actually like a horror movie, even though it was just roots. They were pulling off their roots all through their walls. They had to get basically the whole thing knocked down.
No, they didn't. It's got a pet panda and everything's fine.
Pet pandas.
You
great.
see, I've seen like footage of honey dripping from
The
people's
beehives,
light
massive
fittings
hives.
because there's been beehives in there for so long that they've filled up the walls and then gone into the ceiling.
Yeah.
And then honey is... Do you imagine honey dripping from your light fittings? How wild would that be? Just to hold your toast
I know,
underneath.
Winnie the Pooh licking the roof.
Exactly.
We want to know about this at your place, whether it be where you work or where you live. You could never see into it because of the pipe or behind the wall or whatever, but what was lurking behind there?
Yes.
What was the issue, and did it cost
Lurking unseen.
Because that's a big night of money for RSC Arena.
Oh, yeah.
to
Now
have
what
lost
happens?
out on, because
And when do you hold the Bryan Adams concert?
you hold it. Maybe we do a special Wildcats game where Bryan Adams concert's a halftime show.
Well, the Wildcats on Tuesday are having to play at the High Performance Centre, so because Kylie's blocked out a week. So maybe Bryan Adams and Kylie are going to have to do a collab where they...
Oh, so Brian, Kylie, Brian.
Yes.
I've got PSTD from Bryan Adams. We went to a volleyball trip from Kalgoorlie to Perth, and the minibus that we're on had a cast single in the tape deck, which you could not turn off nor turn down.
Yeah, right.
And it was Everything I Do For You.
I think that was Sean's wedding song.
Well, I hate it. It was so, and that's what we heard on loop for 8 hours because there's a bus. 8 hours on the way down, 8 hours on the way back. It was horrendous. We want to know what was in your pipes, what's behind your wall, what was maybe in your roof, things that we can't see with our eye. What was behind it causing
they had to
a dangerous issue?
And then they found something horrific. Kyle's in Mount Helena. Morning, Kyle.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh,
Good,
Kyle.
buddy. Okay, what was lurking?
So, me and my little brother, when we were younger, found it easy to wipe with baby wipes. So we used it for ages. And then, I think it cost Mum and Dad like 10-ish grand to get them all removed. And then after they got removed, we were all getting in trouble. And before the guys even got them out, Mum's telling us, you never use these again. And then he drove off and just left like 500 kilos worth of baby wipes in our backyard.
It's a gigantic mountain.
Were you ever dry after wet wiping yourself that much? That's unbelievable.
Oh, I don't remember. I was only little, and I just remember getting how to go at, and we were like, 10 grand, Jesus. And then, and then we just had a massive mountain in the backyard, and the guy goes, no, that's your
That's your
responsibility
problem.
to get rid of.
So you flushed it down the toilet again.
I learned my lesson after Mum lost it at me.
But remember
Wow.
during COVID, because of the toilet paper shortage, they were telling people not to use kitchen paper towels.
That's right, too thick.
Not to use the wipes. And also, they even went as far on one report as to say don't use the Chucks cloths.
No.
People were wiping their bums with Chucks.
Yes.
Because remember, we were panicking.
Well, you can wipe your bum with a Chucks cloth, but don't flush it.
Don't flush it. Just put it away in your bum drawer for your bum accessories.
Landfill. Thanks, Kyle. Owen's in Warwick. Hello.
Hello, how you going?
Aye, good.
Great, Owen. Okay. What was lurking? What happened?
So I'm a plumber, right? So
Yes.
I've seen some things. So there was one time this couple just moved into this house in, I'm not going to say where,
Yeah.
but they kept having these sewer problems like, you're bucking up. Another company came out, they just punched it, cleared it, whatever.
Yeah.
I went down there with a camera, had a look. There was some adult entertainment feed stuck in the sewer line.
What are you talking about?
And I was constantly blocking up
one
the
big
sewer.
one or many of them making
It
a
was
dam?
like,
Yeah.
what I could see, I didn't really want to pull it out myself, but there was probably about 3 or 4
Pull it out
things
slowly, mate.
jammed up. you have to be really gentle with that. But Yeah, it was kind of stuck. It was just jammed right in there. So, that was probably the most graphic one I've seen. There's also been some, frogs in the line. There's been, even in the showers and that sort of stuff. There's been some male entertainment toys as well. I can't say much about that.
Who are flushing those down the toilet? So think about, why would you go, oh my God, someone's coming over, I'll flush that down the toilet?
I couldn't say. It could have got stuck and it would have pushed. I think that.
Did you ever, did you ever find anything good? So we know a lot of people that do sort of jobs like this, you can uncover something valuable. Has there ever been
jewellery or whatever that's fallen down a drain, that kind of thing?
I wouldn't say in the drain, no, but digging out drains and that sort of stuff, I found bottles, glass bottles from the 1900s, 1800s, really, really old, medicine bottles.
Yeah.
That sort of stuff. Yeah, and they're still in, mint condition. That,
any money? You know how people bury money when you've been digging a trench? You found any money?
No, I haven't done it.
That's the
probably
dream.
a couple of dollars here and there, but
yeah.
So you just found a whole lot of stuff that people stick in themselves.
Damn. Wow.
And you say to the pipe, okay, you're going to have to exhale as I do this.
Well, you do great work. We love our plumbers. Thanks, Owen. Matt's in Secret Harbour. Hello.
Morning, everyone.
Hey, Matty.
Yeah, so I'm just leading on from what the previous bloke just said.
Yeah.
We were recently just doing a kitchen renovation, and then one of my best mates, who's a Sparky, fallen down one of the walls, and we saw something in the corner of our eyes, and we didn't know what it was. Turns out the whole entire wall was pretty much filled with, how do we say, adult entertainment magazines.
Oh my God. It was insulated with that.
It almost looked like it was. We reckon would have been close to probably 50 magazines.
Wow.
So we were too afraid to get close to without having any proper PPE on.
Sure.
So we put some gloves on and we pulled them out, and then they
good
were,
look.
And they went out the back for the rest of the
For
day.
a while.
Yeah.
Everyone had to go out the back of the
We were
shed.
very confused because we were hoping for at least something decent, money or something like that. But no, we had some 1997-year-old aged magazines.
Well, then that's okay.
You didn't have the internet back then,
because I'm thinking 1997. That wasn't the
That's not too bad.
wasn't the hairy era, was it?
A little bit, wasn't it?
Was it?
I'm not going to say I looked.
Oh, you did so. Go to your bedroom, look at the poster on the wall. Tell us that you got it from her, and tell us what it
There's
is.
many posters on my bedroom wall now that my partner
Does it look like Guy Sebastian sleeping in one of their laps? Guy Sebastian from season 1 of Australian Idol. Is that what we're talking about?
Oh, Matt, thank you.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast. That's the book. That's the book. The book of love.
Surprise your Valentine. Place a romantic message in the West's Book of Love now.
All right, here
That's the
we
book.
go. Up for grabs. $1,000 to spend at Crown, thanks to the West's Book of Love. Yes, it's that week, everybody.
Yeah, everybody.
D-Day on Friday.
Be nice. Put a Nathan and Nat in there would be good. And make it seem legit.
No, don't do it out of pity.
No, pity one. Actually make us believe that it's someone out there loves us.
Just anyone.
Yeah.
Renee is in Harrisdale. Good morning, Renee.
Hi, how are you?
Renee, do you have a partner to post something nice about on the Book of Love?
Yeah, we've just celebrated our 18th year wedding
yeah, they're
anniversary on
beyond
the
that.
1st of Feb.
Do you still celebrate Valentine's Day? Do you make an effort, or is it just it's just another day when you've been together 18 years?
Just kind of another day, nothing too special.
I'll get to the time where we can play my dad's rant soon, where he tells everybody how my mother will never get flowers for Valentine's Day because he doesn't want her to have them.
Yeah.
I get flowers sometimes, but they go outside because he's allergic to them. So, a bit of waste of money there. Don't worry about
how
it.
many vases of flowers do you have in your house? About 100?
About that.
When you need to get rid of him, you know how to get rid of him. Renee, you're up against Jason from Willagee. Morning, Jace.
Good morning.
Jason would have a partner. Listen to him. What a catch.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I got 27 years invested.
Oh,
27?
mate.
Jace, great work.
So, okay, if you back then, 27 years ago, had met the person that you're with now, would you have gone with them? Because people change over time.
And if I win this,
she'd get nothing.
So, yeah, because the prize is $1,000 to spend at Crown. You reckon you just go and have a bit of a break on your own?
No. She'll love to. You send us some pics of you having a good time at Crown. And you know what? Because like I said, you're a catch. She's lucky.
Yeah.
She's lucky. Okay, guys, I hope that you...
I don't know what you're talking about.
You guys are in love, of course, so you would know love songs.
That's right. Here's what's going to happen. You're going to hear a performance of a love song, except the lyrics have been changed to something else. We'll tell you what the lyrics, where they're drawn from. Your job is to identify the song that is the tune behind this performance. Some of them are easier than others, so to say.
Yeah, there's one that you're going to... I mean, I don't think music even knows what it is.
There's no discernible tune, but you never know. You might, just be somebody who can pick these things from a mile away. You'll buzz in with your name if you get the title right. Then you take the point for that round. If not, we'll keep going and give everybody another shot at it.
Renee, can I be as bold as to ask if I could hear your buzzer?
Renee.
Lovely. Jason?
Jason.
All right. We have 5 rounds. We'll see who's winning at the end of that.
So today, the first song up is a beautiful ballad.
Performed by none other than Nathan Morris.
It's not my best performance, I have to say, of the lot, but you know what? It is what it is.
And the lyrics are drawn from?
The lyrics are drawn from the Braveheart monologue.
Amazing. All right, we need the title of the tune that it's performed to. Take it away.
I fight and you may die. Run and you'll live at least a while. And dying in your beds many years from now. Would you be willing to...
Jason?
Nothing compares to you.
Boom!
Correct, Jason.
Sinead O'Connor.
You are on the board.
It was exactly the same.
Chase leads 1-0.
They call me Sinead.
Round 2, maybe a little bit trickier. This is Sean's performance.
Hey, everyone, settle in.
The lyrics are drawn from The Notebook.
Oh.
Let's have a listen.
For the 8 years he worked for Goldman. At first he was one of 12 employees. But as the years dragged on, the company grew and he was promoted. By 1940 he had mastered the business and was running the entire empire, yeah. Brokering the deals and managing staff of 32, yeah. The yard had become the largest scrap metal dealer on the East Coast.
Jason.
Jason?
Does it take my breath away?
No, but it has.
We'll keep going and give you another shot at it.
During that time, he dated a few different women. He became serious with one, a waitress from the local diner, and your silky black hair. Although they dated for 2 years and had many good times together.
Renee?
Are we seeing you?
No, couldn't be
All
further
right.
from
Shall we
the
give
truth.
up?
No, let's play a little bit more.
Oh, we keep going?
Yeah, of course,
He
it's
never
beautiful.
come to feel the same way about her as she did about
Think of
Ellie.
someone playing the
But
piano.
neither did he forget her.
Renee?
Renee?
If this is love?
No.
He was 4 years older than him.
Okay,
the
right.
end.
Ready?
Renee?
Renee?
Yep.
Renee?
Is it The Notebook?
No.
The
No,
original?
it's not.
No. Everybody, that apparently,
Believe it or not.
apparently, and even if the person that sung it would not recognise it, that was John Legend's "All of Me." That was this.
And now I think we've tapped into why Sean took today off.
I know. Like, he's got an inner ear problem.
All right, let's roll into the next one. Next, so I've outsourced because I can't
Yes, you
sing. I'm
did.
worse than Sean. So I
Held auditions the other day.
asked T to stand in for me because it turns out she can sing.
Now, everyone, if you haven't seen T, hot as chips. As you know, does the news. She's very intelligent and she's got this talent.
Voice of an angel. Okay, you're about to hear T performing a song. The lyrics are drawn from a microwave manual. Take it away, T.
To reduce the risk of a fire, electric shock injury to persons, or exposure to excessive.
Jason.
Oh, will I always love you?
No.
Okay. We'll keep going.
It's my favourite song.
Microwave oven. Energy when using your appliance. Follow basic precautions, including the following. Warning liquids and other foods.
You know what? I just want to say that was absolutely beautiful, and that's now my favourite song. Yeah.
That was Hero.
That was Hero by Mariah Carey. No, we just said the answer. Yeah. But here's the deal. News just in. T has been given a 3-album deal by Fisher and Paykel.
Exactly. All right, Jason still leads 1-0. We got 2 to go. The next one, Nathan Morris is back.
Yes. Now, I took inspiration for the lyrics from Star Trek, both the original series and Next Generation. This is the opening credits of the monologue with the captain speaking.
What song is this?
Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise. Its continuing mission to explore strange new worlds, to see.
Yes,
Renee?
Renee.
Oh,
I know.
Renee.
I will always love you.
Yeah, Jason, you said it before.
It's 1-1. We're down to the wire. This next one will decide it. It is Nathan again.
Oh, yes.
And he will be performing the lyrics taken from Liam Neeson's speech in Taken.
And this actually gives it a whole new meaning.
All right. Let's go.
I don't know who you are, I don't know what you want. If you are looking for a ransom, I can tell you I don't have money. But what I do have are a very particular set of skills I have acquired over a very long career. Skills that make me a nightmare for people like you. If you let my daughter go now.
Anyone?
It's there, but I just can't. I can't.
Okay,
Yeah.
this is going to be a race. I'm going to tell you the artist. All right? And then you got to tell us the song. The artist is Ed Sheeran.
I knew it was Ed Sheeran.
No, but I haven't told you the title yet, so you're both still in. You're both still in. Ed Sheeran.
Renee?
Perfect.
No,
it's not perfect.
You got to say
Not
it.
perfect. Another Ed Sheeran
No,
song.
another one.
Jason,
Shape of You.
Jason.
Jason.
No, Jason.
thinking out loud.
Jason! From nowhere you pulled that. You won $1,000 to spend a crown. Well done. From the West Book of Love.
That's right, everybody. This album will be downloadable at the end of the week, and it'll be soaring up the iTunes chart.
Will it?
No, but I didn't say which way.
Maybe if it's T singing the microwave manual again.
That was amazing.
I know, she's incredible.
My wife asked, I'd never had a voucher.
No.
We've never heard of you,
wasn't
Jason.
me.
Thank you, Stephen. Thank you for playing Stephen from Africa.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
Right now in the studio, literal royalty
Now,
here in Perth.
There is very few times in the world where you can slow clap, and this is it, everybody. They are in the building. They have done the work.
Years reading the news side by side from Channel 7, the incredible Rick Arden and Susanna Carr.
Good morning and welcome to Nova.
back.
Rick and Sue.
You are, you don't even need your last names. You guys are like Madonna.
Yeah.
Like you are one name required
Now,
only.
let's get right to the branding. Was there ever a discussion about Sue and Rick?
or Rick and
yeah, I
Sue?
think we're known both ways.
For me, it's a Rick and Sue. But probably because I watch Rick and Morty. You're Morty. So. But was there ever, branding-wise, you think, do you ever, say Sue first to get a headline?
Yeah, she does.
I think with our with the news, it alternates. So there's fairness somewhere.
And I was watching Anchorman, right? And I was watching when suddenly there was a female anchor.
The documentary.
Put with the male anchor. So you were doing the news, and then Sue was brought in. Yes, as a female anchor, and it was huge at the time for this to happen because it wasn't the norm. How was that? Was it Anchorman-ish? Was it like, a woman can't do the news?
No,
was
not
it like
at
that
all.
at the time?
Of course not. My name's not Will Ferrell.
No, not you. The rumblings around the place was like,
no, not at all. Sue was already established on the ABC, so we welcomed her with open arms.
Yeah. Anchor woman.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anchor woman.
Veronica Corningstone over there.
Yeah.
Look at her go.
So you were 19, Rick?
Not then.
When I started. When Sue came along, I was 26.
Yeah. That is a very young age, and both of
and
you
have you seen
be
the
anchors.
pictures of him?
Yeah, I have.
He looked about 11.
I know.
That's right.
But you had a man voice. You know those guys. You know those kids that come into their adult voice too early, and they're like an 11-year-old, and it sounds like you're speaking to an accountant. When did your man voice set in? What age?
Well, funnily enough, I was in year 12 at school, and I was a late bloomer. At school, I still had a squeaky voice.
Yeah.
But by the time I matured, I started work at the West, and when I came on TV 2 years later, here's my schoolmates thinking,
hang on,
bloody
who's
hell,
that
how
guy?
has that voice has gone a bit deeper?
I know.
That's amazing, really, for it to happen so dramatically.
We hear about people's balls dropping, but not into the cellar.
That's amazing. So literally you left school, started work at the West, and then immediately just went on TV? Like,
No,
how did
I've
that
been there
happen?
for 18 months as a journalist.
No, but that is immediately, really, in television terms.
Well, I
these
guess over the
days.
course of 40 years it's immediately, but it wasn't at the time. So I was very lucky. I cut my teeth in terms of the facts and reporting and
So
journalism.
it wouldn't
at the
happen
West.
now.
No.
You're not going to see a 19-year-old delivering the news.
MTV News or
Are
something
you?
like that.
Maybe, yeah.
So how old were you when you started at the ABC? You were pretty young too.
22.
So, okay.
Yeah.
Babies.
Yeah, I know, we were children.
So the ages of being an anchor you were? Your first year being an anchor?
19.
Yeah, and you were in your 20s.
On television?
Yeah, on television.
Probably
Anchor
about
news.
24.
Yeah. That is like the... That is the face of the station. You know what I mean? And not just that, for news, that is the most, that is where people trust you. And yet you're at that's clubbing age.
That's us and Fat Cat.
Were you guys out? Were you out just like having a normal life of those?
Totally. I
Yeah,
went to
absolutely.
university.
Really?
So, university is a normal life.
So people will be out at a nightclub having a drink and having a dance, and then there's the news anchors from Channel 7.
Yeah.
Out
We're
there
on the
too.
dance floor bopping away.
Yeah, well,
That was
they
it.
finish work at about 7:30. Just keep straight on. That's how it works.
Oh, you know, when I first started work, we only got 4 days off every 3 weeks, and the newsreading shift. The newsreading shift started at 3 in the afternoon. You do radio bulletins, then you do the main bulletin, then you go upstairs and read all the radio bulletins, then you do a classical music program from midnight till 1 o'clock in the morning.
Serious?
That was my life at the ABC.
Why isn't Channel 7 making you do that now?
And was it because I've mucked around with one before and it was really hard to do. Was it reels? Was it the feeding the reels in, or was it tapes? Where were we? What era were we in?
Film.
Film.
Spliced.
Splicing.
Flown in from overseas. News was always like yesterday's news. It wasn't today's news, whereas now it's like
Has that changed?
That
the moment it's
24-hour
happening.
news cycle is full on, isn't it?
We've seen it during our time here. So we used to be able, when we started here, by the way, we got regular faxes. That was hilarious.
Yes.
We actually had a competition where listeners would fax in photos. Anyway, but when we started here, you could hold on to the same story for about a week and it still be relevant and fresh. Now that can change within an hour.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
You wouldn't do a story that's from 2 days ago for us.
No, because people have seen it online. They're
So many
more
places.
up to date. They need to be up to date.
Yeah, and the
So-
proliferation of cameras, even phone cameras, you get news instantly from anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
So when we started here, right, it was very opulent. Not of the time when Gary Roberts, who started, started Nova here, of his time when he was doing radio, it was crazy. But then we got on the back end, didn't we? That we were still getting flown to Broome to be shown
by Channel 7.
By Channel 7,
actually.
to be shown a 15-minute clip, and we're there for the whole weekend.
Yeah, great.
and putting it on. We'd get sent karaoke machines.
Yeah.
We get sent all this stuff. So we just got the tail end of that, and then it finished by the time Sean got here, which was hilarious. What was TV like back in the day? Was it just...
Well, there was a time, particularly when Christopher Skase, the ill-fated Christopher Skase, owned the network, when we were all flown to a massive big show at the Gold Coast.
Yeah.
And we all flew to Sydney, and then we all flew up from Sydney to the Gold Coast, and we all joked and said, if you want to take out the 7 network,
this is it.
Just take this plane out.
One plane.
Because everybody was on that
If
plane.
only they knew back then what was happening today with the ratings.
And I had to laugh at that time too, because there was Sandy Roberts and a few of the Melbourne sports people who didn't really know what Christopher Skase looked like. So I've rolled up there with Sue, and they're very polite to me. I thought that's been nice. And they said,
they thought you were Christopher
Skase.
Because you do. You have that.
You give that. Off shonky millionaire vibes.
But also, don't you think he gives off the flight centre pilot?
A little bit. That's amazing. And of course, you won way back when. There used to be a Logie given out for a each state had a Logie. How many of those you picked up?
Rick's got a million
of them. Yeah.
Where are they?
Well, they're
how many have you
sitting
got?
at home somewhere. I guess I've got 10. Sue's got a few too. But quite frankly, I think in the old days it was like 20 grannies filling in.
Used to fill out all the forms.
I think it's 20 grannies filling in TV weeks at home, and that was probably good enough to win for WA.
I just used his name in a crossword on that slide.
That's unbelievable. Amazing.
People are going to see a special on you guys, which is going to be absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
Hilarious because of the fact that it's what is it, 4 decades of fashion. 4 decades of fashion.
Sure. I mean, you don't notice it so much with Rick's outfit. A suit is a suit. But Sue, you've been through it.
Dallas and Dynasty have called and they want their outfits back. It was like there was not one natural material on your body, and your hair, which seemed to be
been
a
through some
spiral permed mohawk situation,
it was huge.
It was higher the hair, closer to God, they say.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And wider too.
Yeah.
Natural curl, or was that
perms?
Yeah,
in the day of
back
perms.
in the day. Perms are back. My hairdresser told me this. Perms are back, but only for men. He said everyone getting a perm at his hairdresser is a man. Yeah, the guys are getting the curls on top.
What's one of the descriptive words? They're gay?
No, it's not gay. It's straight men.
Just straight men want curls. Curls get the girls.
Yeah, so they say.
Isn't that right, Rick?
We do have the king and queen of Perth, Rick and Sue, with us. They're celebrating their 40th anniversary, and 7 News Perth are going to present a half-hour television special on Wednesday, the 26th of Feb at 7 o'clock. Viewers can also share their memories with Rick and Sue via 7news.com.au.
That special you do not want to miss. They've got some exclusive footage, I hear, of the one night that Rick and Sue spent together. And you know what? It's tender. It's nice.
How do you know it was only one night?
What? How do you know it was only us two?
Fond memories, Sue.
So, okay.
I'm in a state of disbelief.
You see, when we started work together,
that we found the footage, or
when Sean first joined, we just got it out of the way.
Yeah,
we all just did it, got it out of the way.
But you guys built up to it, right?
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. 40 years.
Yeah, when Sue was like doing this row of papers, at the end she dropped them suddenly, and then she
It
went
was
down.
last night, wasn't it?
How many people have thought you were married, though?
Quite a few.
Yeah. My husband reckons that when we're out together, people look twice at him and go, "Oh, it's not Rick."
And that's the thing, though, because think about it. You're both got beautiful partners, and in your lives, your partner's name and your name, but publicly you're Rick and Sue. That must be weird for your partners. Was it an adjustment for them, or they just now lived with it for so long?
Grown up with it.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, both of them, we met both of our partners after we'd started reading together.
Oh, so they were like after a celebrity.
Yeah.
There you go. Someone got. Yeah, isn't that great? It's not just dating this wonderful girl. I got Susanna Carr.
Yeah, that's right.
I've got to state the exact opposite for my wife.
And my husband too.
Yeah.
So how about your kids? How are they growing up with you two being actually Australia-wide famous? Because that must be a lot.
Oh, yeah, it was hard for my older daughter. She started as a journo too, and she copped the Rick's daughter. She's in communications. My younger daughter's a lawyer, and she's getting married this weekend down south. We're looking forward to it. So she's got some relatives coming over. Now, as we were discussing off air, Nathan, we're taking the relatives to karaoke in Dunsborough at the Harbour bar on a Thursday night.
Sean has told us about your fine work down at the harbour, I must say.
Oh, yeah, it's great.
Well, you don't sing, you
We should
perform.
buy him his own karaoke machine.
Don't you
Yeah.
think?
Don't you have one?
But then again, I think maybe, we've got the people that are making the Rick and Sue special. Don't you think Rick Arden should sing a song?
No,
on it?
absolutely not.
Oh, Rick, yes.
No, but I have to wait till people have had a bit to drink so they don't notice being off key so much.
Well, our listeners drink to listen to this show, so it's fine.
You are going to be performing in the Songbook of Love for us, though. You've laid down some tracks that will be revealed during
one
the
involves
week.
Nathan. So I hope people, before they get what the songs are, they can actually hear the lyrics about Nathan.
Okay, great.
So I want to know, have you ever either accidentally swore? Because we have done it many times.
No, not on air.
What about laughing? Because every now and then you see a news anchor
it's
when
hard
there's
at
some
times.
ridiculous story and they get a bit of a fit of the giggles. Has it happened?
Gone close, but not quite.
You tend to sort of hold on to it till the package is rolling and then you can fall.
What about the tickle in the throat?
Oh,
Yeah.
That was the night they spent together.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing worse. And you can feel it building and you can't do anything when you don't want to cough.
And I think that's the good thing about having two of us there too, because you hear someone's voice. If I hear Rick's voice just faltering or he hears mine, you sort of
know to take over.
Take over, yeah.
Oh, yeah. 'Cause for us, we can laugh about it, but you guys can't. And I think maybe it was you one time, Rick. We played the audio. Your voice completely went, but you kept on going, and you have to be serious.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's
Instead of
crazy.
going, excuse me.
Because your voice is always going to do it in the most serious story, isn't it? It's about some horrible disaster somewhere. It's never in a light-hearted, squirrel water skiing video, is it? No.
Right.
Hey, I want to know about technology because the last time we filmed with something with you guys was an ad that we did where we were being newscasters.
Yes.
It
was easy. We found it really easy being a newsreader.
I hadn't been in the studios for a while, and it's the first time I experienced the robotic camera situation.
Oh. So no cameramen.
Basically, you're all thinking that the news is the way you think it is. So you think that there is a whole ton of people in that room. No, there's no one in that room anymore except for one person sitting over there, and the cameras are automatically controlled. So like robots that move in and out.
And sometimes they crash into each other.
Do they?
Yes.
Do they?
And in early
and
days,
you can't even laugh at that.
No, but in earlier days, we had one that just kept coming and coming and coming straight in your face.
It's like you're being attacked by a Dalek.
Because that to me was confronting, and it really threw me because I was like, how do you be so personable in a room of nothing?
Yeah.
But was that an adjustment?
Nothing, yeah.
It used to be so much more fun in the studio when you had cameramen and floor managers. You really had someone to relate to. It really is quite sterile in there now.
It's insane. But you guys are so warm, and there's just a green screen. But people really should see the starkness of what you guys are working in to what's being delivered on the news.
You don't notice, though, because you're presenting the news, you're live, you're flying by the seat of your pants sometimes. And, so it's a serious business presenting the news to people. So whatever else happens on the periphery, you don't really notice.
And the lens of the camera is just like a window. And someone else is on the other side, and that's who you direct the whole thing to.
Yeah.
Directing
like
it to you
now,
or Nat or anybody that anybody at home sitting watching, that's who you're talking to.
This is why you're the best.
Everybody loves you. Everybody in the industry loves you. You guys are so warm. You've been all really, really lovely to us the entire time. I remember the most exciting thing for me ever was the first time you knew who I was. Because, it was
When you know you've made it.
And whispering in your ear, too.
Oh, yeah, when you were in but that was the night we all spent together. So.
When you weren't saying his name because he was being carted off to prison. That's nice. That's really nice.
No, Rick was like, wake up, Nathan, you've got to go to work.
Celebrating 40 magical years and many more to come. There's no sign of you guys retiring.
Absolutely.
So if you want to be an anchor person for Channel 7 in Perth, go somewhere else.
That's right. We can see that special on the 26th of Feb at 7 o'clock on Channel 7. Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
That video from Sue.
I know.
Jeez.
Saucy.
That was actually pretty full on. And I've seen some stuff.
So Friday night I had my Fringe show, my one night only, and it was described in the Fringe program as world premiere.
Now, I had a birthday. Sean was down south, so I didn't see it, but I've heard stellar things, Nat.
Well, Sam was there.
Sam.
Loved it. Absolutely wet myself. And it was actually nice for Nat to have just 10 minutes uninterrupted. She's really very funny, you know. You'd be surprised. She was incredible. The guests, your friends were all lovely.
Yeah. So we had Matt Storer, who, of course, used to work with us here at Nova now, a YouTube star. We had Pete Rosethorn. And then
there a surprise guest?
We had a special mystery surprise guest at the end who was Will Anderson, who very kindly agreed to do a spot at the end. But we had to get Pete Rose on to stop so that Will could come on. And that was not easy. Because Pete gets on a roll and he's so funny. I mean, he's genuinely hilarious.
And Pete's one of those people that go off on a tangent, like Ross Noble, you know what I mean? And you just follow him down that road.
He would just roll from one thought into the next. And we're like, we're watching, because there was another show after us. We didn't have unlimited time. We couldn't just stick around.
Remember back in the day, the hooks.
That's right. Well, I talked about needing a shepherd's crook, but we didn't have one. Luckily, I don't even know why this was great foresight on our behalf. We had a microphone backstage. So, because what would happen is there was mic on a stand on stage, and then because I was coming on in between to introduce the guests, I thought I'll just have one that I can grab, and so that. Yeah, we've got two going at any given. So I had it there, and so I just had to stick my head out through the curtain and go, "Psst, Pete, get off."
Yeah,
and people thought that it was actually part of the show.
The Fringe Festival was packing up.
It's like, and Pete, you've got to get to bed. Look at you. It was so funny, and people loved it. So good.
I heard something about parking.
Well, this is the thing. A friend of mine, she gave up. So they spent an hour driving around trying to find a park.
We've all been there when we've done that.
Because, of course, there was a Wildcats game on, sold out. That was massive. And I think she was seeing another show before and didn't get to that either, which is disappointing. And you could tell there were a few empty seats considering it was sold out. And that must have been it. The drop-off they couldn't handle. Northbridge was pumping.
The worst thing is, though, we've had some events sometimes we've had to get to, and there is no parking like that, and we can't just go home.
No,
you've got to. And remember, you've parked literally nearly a suburb away.
Yeah, I was lucky in that I was coming from another gig in Mayland, and so when I got there, the basketball had finished. I thought if I head towards the arena, I might be able to get into that car park there because everybody will be leaving. And then I realised that it gets very clogged up, and so
like the pipes.
Yes, like the pipes, exactly. And then I scored one right out the front on the street. And I'm like, yes. But it's still like a 10, 12-minute walk from there because there's no direct route. You've got to go all the way around and then come back again.
The headliners should get choppered in.
I know, right?
Nova has the money. We've got the helipad up there we've used to use back in the day.
Yes. I was thinking, am I going to have to park here at the office and then Uber in? But if I didn't...
Then you could have said, funny thing happened to me on the way to the gig. And then,
It's never been done before, that gag. Never been done before.
Never been done.
So it was a great night. Very happy with the way it went. And, I mean, never know. Might be able to scrape together some more friends and do it again.
Why not?
Next year.
Yeah, there you go. Unless you like create enemies next time.
That's what I'm.
It's enemies.
Yeah, just people, and they come on and then just slag me off.
And they go, she's a bitch, and they say what their problem with you.
Well, if you check out our socials, that kind of is what Pete Rosal said about me. Exactly. So, thank you. A massive thank you to Matt and to Pete and to Will Anderson for dropping in as well, because they were brilliant guests to have on the bill. I mean, that is a top-notch
Very
show.
generous.
With or without me. Yeah. That's still awesome.
That's great.
Great news.
It's the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
The Super Bowl happening as we speak. The Kansas City Chiefs currently...
Spoiler alert. If you don't want to know the score, look away now.
Look away from your radio now.
Look away now. Go now.
The Eagles are up 17-0.
17.
Yeah. It's nearly half
Taylor
time.
Swift has to get to work. She does. And Sam here, who's pressing the buttons, he had a great idea because Kendrick Lamar, I think that we could have got a bigger, better name, only because I don't think it translates here in Australia and they should be doing it for us. But
I'm hoping halftime he does a few of his songs, him and SZA perform, and then he looks up at the crowd, he points to Taylor Swift.
The box she's in.
And they play a duet.
And she zip lines down.
And then she turns around in the box. And then she's got this beautiful dress. Ready? And she turns around. Now we got bad blood. And then Blake Lively's next to her in a flying dress just clapping while people are trying to cancel her. That would be epic.
I can see it. And it's almost half time.
And then the boys, then Travis feels the love that he has for her. And then that gives
fires him up.
Oomph, which therefore spreads to the team and gets them across the line. Taylor Swift.
Could happen. Probably won't. Could happen.
It'd be good if it did. Won't happen. Tomorrow we'll talk about other things that could happen.
And probably won't.
Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Time for us to get out of here tomorrow on the show, though. Andy Brayshaw from the Fremantle Dockers is going to join us.
That's going to be a bit of fun.
He's delightful.
We went looking for Ali Brandy and we found her, and her name's Pia Miranda. She's going to be joining us as well.
And we're going to the circus with Merrick Ashton from Lasso, so that's going to be a bit of fun. Plus, Songbook of Love is back, $1,000 to spend at Crown up for grabs.
Tomorrow we'll be featuring Rick Arden. Now, Rick Arden is the best. We told him about this challenge and he decided to go and record the things himself. Now, instead of using an already established text, Natalie, I hear that Rick has come up with his original lyrics.
He's written some poems.
And it's about that one night with Sue.
No, I think it's more about that one night with you, Nathan.
I know. I'm terrified. What has he written about me?
I really want everyone to hear all of the lyrics I've written about Nathan.
Oh, Jesus. All right. So tomorrow Nathan gets roasted by Rick Arden.
Giddy up. Hello, Ross.
Hello.
Hi, Rossi.
Super Bowl halftime show about to happen. Kendrick Lamar, SZA will be doing that one. We've got a bunch of naughties at night, a bunch of previous performers.
Okay. Oh, there's Taylor Swift.
Oh, yeah, there she is.
Okay, she's wearing denim shorts and a white singlet.
Doesn't look like she's about to
Where
perform,
is
does
Blake
it?
Lively?
Apparently the crowd gave her a little boo.
Oh.
When the camera went on.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
No.
But yeah.
Maybe they were being ghosts.
Still to come. Who did the Super Bowl halftime in both 2001, 2004 and 2018?
Okay, one of them, was one of them Janet Jackson? No.
With Janet Jackson.
Justin Timberlake?
Yeah, boom. NSYNC and then with Janet Jackson and Solar 2018. He's
That's
coming
when
up.
we saw her nipples, remember?
The
malfunction.
It was just the one, wasn't it?
It was not a malfunction. It was 100% planned.
And kicking things off, who's this halftime performer 2013?
I don't know, but they need help.
That's Beyonce, isn't it?
She does not need help.
Who is it?
That's Beyonce.
Oh, well, now I hear her.
Yeah.
Natalie, you've had a malfunction, your boob's out.
That's not a malfunction, Nathan.
Let's
Nor
get
was
Beyonce
Janet
on.
Jackson's.
Nathan, Nat and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.